We would be honored if you would join us.
Okay, so it worked. It worked.
Are we live?
No, we're not live yet.
Oh.
We are live, man.
I forgot my hat. Fuck.
Where's your hat?
Are we live?
Nice haircut.
We are live.
We are live.
Okay.
We are
Yes,
live.
we
y'all.
are.
Oh man, yo, I feel kind of rusty, man. Like I feel like I didn't stream for like a year.
It's been a minute. It's been a while.
It's been a long, it's been a while, man. I was actually on Aries yesterday. It was fun, but still, I kind of felt like rusty a little bit, you know. But here we are. Here we are back for another live stream, episode 31 between collectors. And as you can see, I have a beautiful panel with me tonight because we have a few topics. But this show is going to be different. I want you guys on the chat to tell me what topic do you want us to talk about. Yeah, we're going to talk about the market and things like that, but I want you guys to drive this show, and I want you guys to just kind of give us some ideas what you want us to talk about, and then we'll try to get pictures, try to, figure it out, what to discuss. So it's going to be your show tonight, and I want to say hi to my friend Anthony, almost 3,000 subscribers. How you doing, my friend?
Hey. Oh, my mic just went flying, dude. What the hell was that about? Did you see that? Yeah, that's good to be here, man. It's good. I'm glad you're back, man. It's cool. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff tonight.
Thanks, man. Thank you. And of course, that guy, he's not in his normal setup because now he's a housekeeper now.
I guess so.
Probably reviews in the house.
What is up, everyone? Thank you for the invite, Dante. Always love being on the show. It's going to be a fun one. You've been gone for a minute. You had that nice vacation, but we're back. We're ready. And we got some fun topics to talk about. I'm happy. I'm excited.
I know.
Sorry, are you at home?
Yeah, normal place, though. Not at my normal place. Yeah. Different setup right now.
He's in
You
his
have
older
you have a lot of TVs.
No, this is a different house, not the same one.
TVs.
It's true, though.
Oh, man. And you can see now he's wearing a hat. He found it.
Yes, you found
BIGBREDA Joao in the house. What's
I
up,
would prefer without the hat, but my this will shine a lot,
Oh,
so
no, man. It's beautiful. Oh,
Okay.
it's amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, man, embrace it.
embrace it. We'll have to wear glasses with
I mean,
Joao.
I'm not, but I like my hat.
You every
People
time
asking me, people told me, they told me, I thought you were bald. No, I have hair. I have my hair,
and you have a beautiful hair. I don't know why
You do.
use
I
that
don't
hat.
know why you wear a hat.
I'm just used to it. I'm just
Every time I see Anthony, I always think of Fred Durst because Fred Durst always used that caps, right?
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not intentional, but here we are.
Does it off with the Loki.
Rocking
Yeah.
that new metal 90s vibe.
this vibe.
Yeah, everything is fine. I don't know if you guys watched that Bloodsport review I did. I think that figure from
It was
Sosotas is
really
pretty
good. Yeah.
It was really
Um,
good. I like the picture with the middle finger though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
the middle finger is cool.
I like the mask.
think-
that
Mhm.
mask is cool.
I think Deadpool also came with that middle finger, right? Or no?
No, he didn't.
No?
He
You
didn't.
know?
Okay.
He
And
didn't.
yeah, everything is fine. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, my pleasure, my friend. Of course, last but certainly not least, the man of the cases, Costa, in his pop culture living room in the house. What's up, my friend?
Hey, I almost forgot what you look like. It's been so long.
It's been a while.
I aged
yeah.
a lot the past few weeks.
Look at you. There's like one gray hair. It's
One gray
amazing.
hair, one more gray hair in my collection here. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, it's been a minute, man.
Yeah. It's been like I can't even remember the last time we did this. And yeah, I miss hanging out and I miss talking figures, and thank you for having me back. This is going to be fun.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So we have a lot to talk tonight, and remember, guys, in the chat, just make a suggestion what topic you want us to talk, because this is gonna be your show. Since it's been a while, I want you guys to have control, and of course, this is how we start between collectors. All right, so now I'm going to say hi to the people on the chat because you guys are amazing. We have Punisher XS in the house, Ash Shays, what up, every plastic crackheads? Some guy in the house. We have Jay-Z. He says the Arena suit, the Boba Fett arrived today. Amazing piece. Yes, I got mine today too. Actually, before the show, I opened it up just to inspect it, and man, freaking amazing.
Awesome.
I can wait to do the review on that one. I can wait. We have AJ Agruza. We have Renz Tolentino. Good evening, everyone. We have, let me see who else we have. Okay, so we have DK in the house. Bob Dylan, what's up, my friend? DT Arman, Butt Boy for life. We have obviously Pop Culture in the house. We have Universal Key, evening, everyone. Blackbird Tech in the hills. We have Ruben G. Whisker Kate, what's up, my friend? Welcome in. We have Boba Fettuccine in the house. Hey, now all, how are you, my friend? We have Mike Negron in the house. Kobe, Katsu, Evo in the house. What's up, everyone? We have, let's see, okay, my bot here. KJ Smith. We have Evangelium in the house. We have Jamie Tan. Hey, fellas, my question is, if you could have one piece exclusive to you, meaning it's yours alone, created for you, what would it be? This would truly be your girl. Ooh, that's a good question.
Good question.
If you could have one piece exclusive to you, exclusive to me, like I'm assuming any character, but it's just meant for me only. Who wants to answer this first while I'm thinking?
It's a hard question.
That's a hard question, man.
It is a hard question. It's a good question.
It's a good, okay, so I'm going to start. So if it's just only for me, I would like to have a Rocky Balboa figure, right? With Ivan Drago figure, like 1/6 scale exclusive, either Hot Toys or any other company, but like a 2-pack type of thing with a nice ring, like, diorama,
Right.
that would be sick. If it's just meant for me, because I love Rocky. I love Rocky. What about you, Costa?
You know what? I want it's not going to be one figure. I'm going to do a you. I want the A-team with the van. I think that's I want them all with the van, and that's what I want. The A-team.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
No, Riley?
I don't know. I mean, if there was one made exclusively for me, I feel like it would be cool if someone made like an actual figure of one of like a content creator. I've always like pictured that in my head. Like, how cool would that
Like
be?
an Anthony figure,
Yeah, like
with a
custom
few hats
figure.
and few
Yeah,
mics.
exactly right.
And you know what? And the exclusive edition will be like you see a bunch of computers with some technology shit.
Dude,
Because
that would
he
be
does some
like,
cool
picture
editing.
stuff.
That'd be
Yeah.
kind of neat.
That would
Yeah,
kind of neat,
I
right?
thought of that.
With
that'd be funny.
with his what do you call the one
vape.
that you smoke?
My vape.
Vape,
Oh
yes.
man, we don't need that. That'd be kind of
That would
funny
be
though.
the deluxe version.
1/6 scale vape. But
Right?
works.
No, I will get a figure of Joao with hair.
There you go.
It's
Oh
exclusive.
man, that's a good question. Pattern 23, what's up, everyone? How you doing, my friend? Alvin J in the house. Tyria, Evangelium, GMC, member of the channel. What's up, my friend? We have Conquer Knight in the house. Louis Livitz, Freezy Figures, Electric Collector. What do you guys think about using the coupon from Collector Zone or waiting for Black Friday deals? Collector, I don't use Collector Zone. Mark Attack. Hello, everybody. DT Arman, Nathan Henderson in the house. I'm in the house. Yes, you're in the house. Brandon Salat. Let's roll, baby. We have Ash, Axe0612, Revenge of the Sith. What's up, Dante? How you doing, my friend? Thank you for stopping by. Oh my God, we have a lot of people, man. We have Dr. Julius Strange Park. Linda Carter exclusive. Ooh, Linda Carter.
There you go.
Well, we have Riley, we have Christian Lopez, Austin Powers, Dr. Evil, Tupac in art.
Wow,
Good
that would
one.
be funny. I'd like that.
Duckinator in the house.
I'd get that.
Hell yeah.
Let me see. Keiju Daddy. Good morning, all. How you doing, sir? Hold my balls in the house. You holding my Tribune balls. Let me see who else. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by and watching the show. It is 8:15 Eastern Time on a Tuesday. 77 people watching. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. So we're gonna start with the first topic. Well, you guys figured it out what you guys want to talk. You guys meaning you guys on the chat. So some changes, right? So the market is changing. So I guess the question is, with all this market, I can spell it wrong, but with all these market changes, who really has the control on this? Who has the control? Who can say this is what you're gonna get? Who can say, I'm gonna buy, you can buy this figure or you can't buy this figure any longer? Who has the control? So I was talking to Josh from Comic Concepts, and he made a really good point. And I think he mentioned this previously in other shows as well. So with the market, right? The way I see it, and again, I'm not the owner of the truth. I'm just gonna talking what I see. I mean, I can be 100% wrong, of course. I see waves, right? There's always waves. Sometimes we have a wave of figures coming. We get bombarded with figures. 1 week we got 5, the next week we got 3, and then we get silent for 3-4 weeks, right? But then same happened with pre-orders. Sometimes pre-orders will fall quicker. Sometimes it takes longer, even when the figure is in-house, right? Or in stock. So in the case of Peacemaker, for example, right, is releasing next year. Totally unexpected, really. It wasn't expected that it was waitlisted so early, and most of the retailers don't have it anymore because people start pre-ordering. I was able to secure one actually through my friend Howard's Toys. So thank you, my friend Howard's Toys, for that. So I'm going to start with Anthony. The way I see this is that, Peacemaker is not a main character. And I think you spoke about this on your show as well, Anthony. Peacemaker is not like a main character, right? It's not like an Iron Man. It's not like a Luke Skywalker. It is a good character, but it's not like the main one, like a Batman or like Superman. So, it makes sense that because of the changes of how everything is happening in the market, it makes sense for sellers, for distributors like Sideshow, Comic Concepts, to take some risk and don't take the risk as much and invest on other products, perhaps more statues, and minimize the order of Hot Toys, right? Because the pre-order numbers are low, simply because we know what's happening in the market, right? As soon as the figure drops, 2 weeks later, the figure is cheaper. So people, and they have all the right to save money. Now, the question is, do you think that by Sideshow and Comic Concepts or any other, authorized distributor to don't invest as much, or better say, not to place too many orders of a particular figure may change the whole thing? Meaning people are going to be more, I'm not going to say forced, but it's going to be, they're going to be pursued to actually pre-order a figure so they don't miss out. So do you think that could be a factor, that these companies are not putting all their money in Hot Toys and they're just trying to limit the orders so just people can pre-order and sell quick?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. I know a lot of local shops are now getting to the point where they're requiring larger deposits, for example, because they're with having so many pre-orders out there, and like you're mentioning, there's not like an Iron Man or a Spider-Man, or Luke, Skywalker. Those are always going to be like the S tier kind of figures, right? Like you always have to look at it like that. Like everybody does not buy everything, right? Despite what we all may think in our collecting world here, like a lot of us do, but a lot of people don't. And they just need like a figure to represent that IP, right? Maybe 2 or so, but for the most part, like for example, if you were to look at the PlayStation 4 Spider-Mans, right? There was 8 of them. If you're a huge Spider-Man fan and you just want all the outfits, then yeah, you will probably buy all those, right? But the main one that people want is Classic Suit, right?
Right.
Or the Advanced, because that was the game. But Classic is the comic. So you have to look. You have to keep looking down those the level of tiers, right? Where you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll most likely get X figure, which is like the main figure or whatever. Perfect example. People will most likely buy Obi-Wan because it's his show, and Darth Vader. Everybody underneath, Reva, Grand Inquisitor, Purge Troopers, they're not going to sell as high volume.
Right.
Just a simple fact. They're not the major players of that game. So, when we're backed up with so many pre-orders and people are buying from, the mom and pop stores, the brick and mortar shops, a lot of people are pulling out on their commitments. And I feel like I can't really tell anybody what to do with their money, but at the same time, I would advise that if you are ordering from mom and pop stores or even Sideshow for the most part, but specifically like local shops, to commit, because I see that happen all the time. I mean, I've done it myself, with Sideshow, but like where people will get excited, they'll follow the hype, they'll pre-order something, and then they end up canceling it because the hype has died down.
Mm-hmm.
They're no longer part of the conversation. Something new's come out to catch their eye, right? And then one, because you're losing your money, and two, it's just, if you're in the game like that, I would just, it's good to commit to that, right? So be very, and I always say this on my show too, it's like be very certain, especially now in these times, like if you really want that figure, right? Right. Absolutely. So, and that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing other shops requiring higher deposits, because what happens with local shops, you get a bunch of orders in, you're counting on those pre-orders or whatever, and then when a bunch of people pull out, you're stuck with dead stock. And Sideshow's already stuck with dead stock, right, as it is in the current market status, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, I'm kind of losing my train of thought on that, but that's really what it is.
So in terms of control, Raleigh, right, what I mentioned is that, obviously these companies like Sideshow, like Comic Concepts, or any other authorized sellers, right, they don't want to have overstock of things because they know that pre-order numbers are low, right? A lot of people are not pre-ordering anymore, and that's a fact. It's happening, right? So who really has the control? Is the control maybe now on us? Because if we start pre-ordering more, they're gonna have more quantity, and they're gonna have more stock, and and we are gonna be able to get a figure. My concern is that if we're gonna go this path, meaning nobody's pre-ordering anymore, and if they do, is really like once in a while, and these companies are not going to invest in hot toys anymore, like giving you more figures, more stock for people, it can actually backfire us as well. Because think about those resellers who are waiting for the opportunity for this to be sold out. I'm afraid that, I mean, again, this could be a tactic as well, right? This could be really a tactic of Sideshow to see, okay, let me kind of wait and see how people react. So let me just kind of waitlist a couple of figures that are really not super popular and see what happens. It could be as well. It's a valid business strategy. But what do you think? Who has the control? Do we have the control, or is definitely on Sideshow's part, is definitely on Comic Concept's part, that they are the ones who are putting their money into hot toys?
I think that honestly now, like with this information we're receiving, it's more towards these companies having more towards the control, because like I've talked about, like, and everyone else has said, like, I mean, rightfully so, but like I said, times are getting tough, like the economy and what's going on in the market and everything. So the fact that they're doing these things, making it waitlist, it kind of like pressures collectors into like getting into that mood of that FOMO, like you really do need it. So in a way, I would say that it's more towards the like distributors and the retailers who have the control right now. Before, like we've talked about, like throughout this whole year to year and a half, we always have kept like acknowledging collectors and telling them that, advising them that we really shouldn't be pre-ordering. Like that shouldn't be something we should do anymore. There's too many delays. There's too many, just so many factors to where there's really no need for you to pre-order anymore. And whenever things do get released, like 80% of the time, 80 to 90, the figure usually goes lower as the time passes. There are some instances where it doesn't happen, but now that the fact that we're getting waitlists with pre-orders, we're getting waitlists with even in stock figures, like this Thanos, this was a shock to me. Really, I can't believe that this is waitlisted. This was one that, I mean, I have the figure. It's an amazing figure, but I honestly didn't expect this to just be a low stock and then gone. Like it's really interesting to me. And I mean, it is waitlist, so who knows if they'll get another one or have some more in their like warehouse. But I think that as times are moving on, Sideshow and other retailers that are partnered with them are having more control, because a lot of collectors now are like, okay, hold on, I don't know if I can do this year and a half no pre-order thing anymore. I think I have to start pre-ordering, and that's helping Sideshow because now they're receiving all those NRDs. And like people have talked about, they added this new thing where if you do cancel, you can't get your NRD back. So that's basically saying you can't just say, oh, if it gets delayed or something happens, I'll get my money back. It's not like that anymore. Times have changed. So now I think that Sideshow are pressuring more collectors into buying. I mean, I would say that it's kind of like a double-ended sword. It's hard because like it's good for us collectors because you're kind of getting that limitability to where stuff can start to rise, because we've been in a very like steep market going downward. But now with these wait lists and low batches, it kind of gets more people excited for buying things and things moving more up in value. But at the same time, you're also kind of promoting that FOMO aspect where people like, if they did they really want it, or did they just hop on that, oh, it's blue screen, it's low stock, I'm gonna jump on it. But like I said, I think Sideshow and other retailers, they're the ones really putting pressure on collectors. So they're at the moment gaining more control at the moment. That's what I would say.
That's a good point. So Joao, if they will list these figures to gauge the market and then bring them back to normal, that definitely have an adverse effect on their ability to have customers trusting them.
Facts.
And that's a good point. If they're doing this on purpose just to see what happens, you know, it could have a negative impact, because then what happens if in 2-3 weeks you see all these figures back in stock? You're going to think about, wait a minute, all of a sudden now we have in stock more Thanos, we have in stock more Peacemakers, we have in stock more Boba Fett's. Kind of weird. But also think about the figures that have been waitlisted so far. It's really, again, no Iron Man, no Luke Skywalker, no Darth Vader. You know what I mean? So it's really the you know, secondary characters, which I mean still good characters. I'm talking about Boba Fett quarter scale. You know, and how many people collect quarter scales? It's not too many, even though they go in that route now. But what do you think, Joao, in terms of the control, right? You know, it is a good point. You know, I agree with Riley. I think right now the control is on the Sideshow and other stores, because they are definitely not putting a lot of money into these hot toys. They don't want to get 50 pallets of figures, 50 cases of figures, because they know that they're going to sit around, and you don't want to have this stock. Nobody wants. So it will make sense to limit those, and maybe they're testing the waters by ordering limited quantity on these particular figures, so they can see how the market reacts. And then people are going to think, oh shoot, you know what if Darth Vader goes, you know, waitlisted anytime soon? What if you know, I don't know, Luke Skywalker? What if my Iron Man, you know, all those things. But what do you think? Who has control, Joao?
I mean, I think at this moment, Sideshow is not controlling. I think he's trying. It's like damage control. And for example, you saw with Marty McFly that last week was sold out, but now it appeared again on Sideshow. So, and these have some kind of effect, because even for the Boba quarter scale last week when he went.
That's a good point, Joao. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, I do appreciate that.
You know, I think what, Joao? Yeah, I agree. I think that's a perfect point. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, Costa, what do you have to say about the control? Who has the control, my friend?
I mean, what can I say after Joao? I agree with everything that he said, and there's really not much anything else to say. No, I think. Did Marty McFly really come back in stock after being sold out?
Yeah, but he's waitlisted again.
Like waitlisted, not sold out, because it was sold out.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to take your time on that, but I just will say that I think a reason a lot of that happens is when a figure's been out for a while. I'm not saying new stuff, but when a figure's been out for a while, usually they have extra stock specifically for returns, damaged products, things like that, right? So I feel like that's where sometimes things come back in on an occasion because they're like, well, it's been out for so long. Nobody has recently purchased it that we're going to need to replace if they have a problem. And so they bleed in some of that stock. But anyway, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
What happened just now?
You dropped the mic. That's basically what happened.
Yeah.
I was removed. I was removed from the stream.
All right, go ahead. Finish what you had to say. Or you're still up.
My line of thought is broken. Now you can go on.
Okay, so you continue then while he's gathering his memory.
So, I definitely think that the control is with Hot Toys and Sideshow. All right. In the past, you had those times where things would go wait list and you're just like, oh shit, and then you jump on it and you buy it and then it pops back open. But those times were over a weekend, so they don't have Sideshow doesn't have anybody there over the weekend, and with their system it doesn't, I guess, automatically update the stock, and they must manually put in the stock. So like what they had in there was out at that time, and then 2 days later when Monday rolls around, they realize, oh, we need to put the rest of the stock in here, and then it comes back in and it sits for months and years. That happened for like Captain America Endgame. It happened for a few figures. But I think Hot Toys and Sideshow right now are kind of like tightening up their belt. They're trying to navigate this new economy. We don't have, I guess we got a lot of new blood in the collecting over the pandemic, but times are getting tougher. The economy is slow. Things are going up in price. So you're going to have less people. And I think Sideshow and Hot Toys are trying to, navigate that, make sure that they don't have too much of this extra stock. And we know Sideshow, I mean, I've never seen them do 30% off ever, except for these last few weeks. I'm like, they're going crazy. They're like, free shipping, 30% off. We want this gone. Just take this out of our warehouse. Yeah, hold my balls.
Perfect.
They also have a lot of figures that still need to come out. You gotta have room for them for that stuff. And for me, for like Thanos here and the figures that have been already in stock and are waitlisted, I don't see them coming back. Now with Peacemaker, I don't think people were pre-ordering it because they had an issue with the head sculpt, and then they made the fix, and then people started like, oh, I better, this looks so much better. And I'm one of those people that I love that show, and I
love that show too.
I didn't order it, but I will get on the wait list or find a way to get one of those because that show was awesome from like episode 1 to episode 8. Yeah.
You know what's funny? When I was traveling for work, I went to Europe. So it was almost 8-hour flight, and I watched the whole show on the plane.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Freaking amazing, so man.
Good,
the time went so quick.
James
I actually
Gunn,
slept a bit.
I love his writing.
Yep, the intro. Come on. Best.
That intro, man. You gotta get up and dance and do the that's I can't wait to see if they change it up a little bit, do a little bit of different choreography or how they do it for season 2. But I am stoked for that show. That's like the best thing DC has done since Doom Patrol, and that's still awesome. I can't wait for the next season 4 is coming out soon. So anyway, I think the control is going to be with Sideshow and Hot Toys, and if we ever think that we have control, we don't. We don't have control over.
Oh, we
any
never
of
have.
this. No, we don't.
Yeah.
Until there are two 1/6 scale companies doing the same properties, it's not the you won't have control. I mean, you're gonna have the properties you like. Somebody's gonna have the properties that they like. These companies are just gonna. It's like Hasbro. When you own the license, that's it. I mean, anyway.
I know it's crazy. It's a lot of things happening. We have competition. We have resellers. We have prices going super low, which is affecting Hot Toys brand overall, right? And so it's a lot of things in the question. But before I go with Joao, I want to address the super chat from
It's me
Ispopsek
again.
with a $4.99 super chat.
Oh,
Like a bantha, man. Like a dude. It's been a while. I don't
Christ.
even know
We're
if I have the videos anymore here. Oh, I do.
I hope
I-
not.
I'm gonna put.
it's been like 10,
I'm
it's
leaving.
been like 2 years. It's like
I became Iron Man.
Can anybody see those on the panel? Like, do you see the video and the music and anything?
I
'Cause,
saw it.
Like,
I
it was
saw
a
it. I cannot
blank
see
screen
anything.
for me.
Oh no, you have to see the bantha. Come on.
You have to see.
That's all right. I'll watch it on the replay.
There you go.
That collector's asking where's Easy. Easy's actually working, but he's gonna be with us Friday. So stay tuned for the show on Friday. He's gonna be with
With
us.
Aries.
Go.
Aries, Easy, and I'm still working on the panel. Still early in the week, but I know Easy because I have to set up with him like 4 weeks ago. I have to make an appointment with this guy. So Yamo says, "Do you really wanna? Do you really wanna? Do you really wanna? Do you wanna taste? Do you really wanna?" Oh, that's the music.
Oh,
That's the song
I
for
see
the
what you
intro. I was like, okay. So you see, Joel, so many competitors coming. You know, now Hot Toys has Inar coming. Of course, we don't have anything in hand yet, but based on the prototypes they've shown so far, you know, I'm digging most of those figures, man. To be honest with you, you know,
Which
but
ones?
ultimately, I mean, well, Pennywise, obviously, number
Oh,
one.
okay.
I'm really thinking I'm gonna get the Batman as well, and so because I want to make a comparison with Hot Toys, I want to have those two together and see, you know, if there's a big difference between the two, right? Because I know Hot Toys is gonna come out good because now they have pressure on their shoulders. You know, with Pennywise is different because Pennywise was released first, so I think Inner has the upper hand on this one because you know they're gonna do it after them. So there's no chance for Hot Toys to fix anything. So I'm looking forward to that one. 120 people watching. Please hit the like button. So all right, Joao, who has the control on this one?
I already answered these.
You got booted. You gotta
Dude.
go back again.
I don't know who has the controls. Not me for sure. I wish I had. But yeah, it's of course it's Sideshow, Hot Toys. They have the control. They are trying to balancing the market with pushing us to pre-order stuff. I mean, actually, in reality, nothing changed much. Only in your side of the world, in North America, things changed because here everything is the same. You have the same time for pre-order. You have the same deposit you need to give. Nothing changed basically here. It's true that there are not as much stock as before. For example, I can tell you that Cable and Dark Trooper, they were just one batch only, while the 2-pack Superman and Nightmare Batman, now we are in the third batch of 13. So you can see
Damn.
there's a huge difference on quantities. These 2-pack is a lot of quantity of stock quantity coming, while the Cable and Dark Trooper was only one batch and that's it. But the same thing happened with Moff Gideon, was only one batch, and it didn't survive the crash because it's sitting at 140 now. So one batch doesn't mean anything. If people don't like, the people will not buy and will just crash the market. That's what's been happening lately with these figures. That's why I'm predicting that. I think this thing will happen the same with Cosca Reeves, Bo-Katan. I think Ahsoka probably will be the one that will be a bit more stable, but I'm seeing all our toys going really crashing and with the coming releases. I think the market is saturated with too much announcements, and people are completely crazy because even if you like 3 or 4 IPs at this moment, no one has enough capital to collect everything.
They don't
collect. You cannot collect Marvel, DC, Star Wars. You cannot. You simply cannot. And in art, you cannot.
Right.
Mandalorian Hunters in the house says, good evening, everyone, especially, and I repeat, especially Six Skull Mafia.
Let me just add, because I don't want to
Go.
sound.
Don't lose your thought.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Normal people will not be able to collect everything. Of course, there are people that have enough money
not
to
normal.
collect everything. But
Yeah,
Right.
We're not.
common people like me.
Well, you have to understand at the same time that, like, as Joel says, like, you can't, like, even even deepfake Luke is gonna sit on the shelves forever. Okay, because we're oversaturated, you know. And you can say, oh, it's Luke, but, like, dude, we've got Snowspeeder Luke out right now, you know. Better, we got Bespin Luke coming, you know. So unless you're specific towards the Mandalorian line, like, I'm gonna get them, of course. Like, we all pick things up that we like, but the point is, we're oversaturated. Not everybody's going to buy 3 Luke Skywalkers. That's just facts. People ask me that all the time. Oh, what Luke should I get? Well, I don't know. Which Luke do you like? You know, because, you know, they follow, oh, I can't get all of them. I'm like, okay, well, you got to pick the one that you really gravitate towards. You know, are you more, you know, happy with his, you know, appearance in Mandalorian, or are you more like original trilogy fan? And then if so, do you want the snow speeder, or do you know, the snow speeder Luke's got one thing good going for it is you know, and I was talking to Denobi about that, is like his outfit, right? Because that could be used for pilots, like, you know, versus, you know, Bespin Luke is just Bespin Luke, right? Or Mando Luke. So, you know, as far as, like, yeah, you know, Cosca Reeves and all that, like, they're gonna sit. They're gonna, and the markets are totally different too, right? What may be cool here or popular here is not popular overseas. So
that's my meaning. It's like, let's say Luke Snowspeeder Luke, okay? It's a 40th anniversary figure, 40th anniversary release with a special packing. Why they cannot limit those releases? Because I got that Luke, I paid the normal price for him, that was $235 or $240, and now he's at $185, and it will keep going down. It will go down to $160, $150, a 4th anniversary figure with a special packaging. Yeah, I think the market is so screwed like right now that I really don't.
Well, they're so oversaturated, like you were saying, right? Like people. I've been saying this shit for months, man. Where I was like, they're gonna just start doing lower runs. It's the only way they can catch up, and, like, with everybody doing, and, like, that's what I'm seeing now. Like, anything that's being announced now, like this year, I think are all going to be coming in low runs, low numbers, low production numbers, because they have to catch up, man. We can't enter 2023 with then like 170 pre-orders, right? That those pre-order numbers have to come down, and I'm all for it. I'm all for the Hot Toys of old, because back in the day, like, we had to pre-order this shit. We just had to, at least here in the States, you know, otherwise it was gone, because we didn't have this surplus of figures from multiple properties within multiple properties of themselves, even, right? So I'm all for it going back to the old days, personally.
That you can pre-order and wait for the figure, then it's sold out, and then, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you know, if they do things like this, that, you know, because, again, you know, we know that they have the control, because they are the ones getting the stock for us, right? They are the ones who can sell those figures to us, so they can definitely, you know, not put all their chips into those, you know, figures and just kind of get limited quantity. But at the same time, I feel like it can also damage the market, because let's say you want to get this 1/4 scale Boba Fett, and now it's waitlisted, sold out, you cannot find it anywhere now. So what's gonna happen when this is released in Hong Kong day one? Do you think it's gonna be cheap to get? That figures are expensive because it's one quarter scale. So just imagine how crazy it's gonna be to get one. So we're gonna go back to the days that when you used to buy day one figures, you used to pay almost double for it. Now it's not so much. Now you pay maybe $50, $60 more, maybe $70 more. But before, back in the day, it was like almost 150, almost $200 more. It was a lot of money,
Well, it's going to be a supply and demand thing, right?
Sorry. It is a supply and demand thing. No, it is. It is a supply and demand thing. So, I think the strategy here, and again, this is just my opinion, I can be 100% wrong. I think what Sideshow needs to do is try to get their stuff quicker for the collectors, and the same way they get the figures to do the first review, whatever they call it, they can do the same thing. At least get the first batch and get the people who pre-order first to get their figures first, because they deserve it. They were the ones who pre-order first. They were the ones who put their money into this. Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think they can change that? Anyone?
They should. I mean, personally, I think, but I think I'll just say this really quick. I think there's a half and half reason for this. As a consumer, I would love that, right? Oh, I pre-ordered this day one, so I'm going to get it fresh off, the boat or whatever, right? I get first dibs. I was dedicated. I pre-ordered a year or so ago, right when they announced it, right? Ideally, right? But what I think they do is that I think they intentionally do this randomly, Sideshow, because if word was out, for example, that, oh, everybody just gets it, in the order of received, right? I believe personally that would discourage people, right? Let's say like when Endgame Cap came out. Now, granted, he took way too long, but let's say that was in effect then, and you're interested in buying Endgame Cap, and you're like, man, I'm not gonna bother with that right now because there's over a year and a half of people who've already pre-ordered before me. So I'm not going to get it for a while, right? So I feel like that's why they do this kind of random lottery almost where, because I pre-ordered Ahsoka day one and they delayed my order. Meanwhile, someone who just bought her, like, a pre-order, paid her off a couple months before release, had already received her. So I feel like that's intentional, right? Because I think that would discourage people from pre-ordering if they knew that they were like in the back of the line, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Costa, you wanted to say something?
No, I'm thinking like if you're just like a casual collector, how would you know that? How would you even know if you're if there's a wait or if it's done randomly? I would hope that would be done in order that you purchase it. That's what most things, most things that you buy, that's how it happens. Most things that you pre-order, that's how it happens. I lost my train of thought there for a second.
Everyone's just in train of thoughts. I think it's the show.
Yeah.
I blame you, Dante.
You blame me for it.
No, I think that
I agree.
Hey, listen, we all everything that I'm saying, so that's all that counts.
Let me put this in your heads right now. So with a Boba Fett arena suit, right, which actually got it today, looks freaking amazing, man. I can't wait to do the review on that figure. The day it was released, I wanted to get it, and they changed the price on me 3 times. And they were increasing by $40, then $30, then $50. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't buy this shit. I mean, I was overseas, I couldn't even buy it right away because I was like in meetings going, and by the time I wanted to go to my phone to pay, I couldn't buy it. I'm like, what the hell? Why can't I buy it? Oh, I changed the price. I said, dude, like you put this like 20 minutes ago. So, and then boom, gone like that. Then when Sideshow put it on, boom, gone like that. So the FOMO was real for that one. But you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Just to be fair, the figure looks freaking
amazing like this. I think that's what makes collecting amazing, is like this hunt for getting the figure and I got it. I think it's amazing.
You have to have that healthy market, and you have to have a healthy secondary market, because let's not forget either, dude. If people like Toys Wonderland and stuff keep devaluing everything, right? and everybody's like, well, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to buy it later. That's not only the worst for you. I mean, maybe you're like, oh, okay, I've got some money, you know, saved, sure, but that has a serious impact on Hot Toys, right? Because if they're like, well, no one's even going to pre-order this
as a blend,
right? People are going to buy it later, you know, from resellers way cheaper than what we value our product for. They could go out of business, dude, in 4 or 5 years because of that shit. And then what are we going to do?
Yeah,
like that's very real.
Well, I think another adverse thing that could happen from this is if there are low runs and everything's limited, you're going to start seeing everybody just like pre-order everything because you just put your
exactly.
I mean, if it's only a 10% deposit, and I know you were saying, Anthony, that other places are requiring a higher deposit, and maybe that's, you know, what should happen. There should be a higher deposit. Like, part of me thinks that hopefully this might push people towards only getting figures that they like really, really want, you know, and not just like, because I've been guilty of it. Not just a FOMO of just like, oh, I kind of like this, I'll buy it. I kind of like this one too, and I'll just put it on pre-order. And then you sometimes take that chance, and months and months and a year goes by, and then you're just like, why did I do this? And you're hoping that it's delayed so you can get your NRD back. So
that's true, but not anymore because now you have that protection piece. But I want to acknowledge OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars in the house. Thank you so much, my friend, for joining us. We have a bunch of people here. So Ruben G says, if Hot Toys downsizes runs, expect prices to increase. Of course, if that's what's going to happen. And then someone else said something very interesting. I think it was Ruben as well. I'm scared Hot Toys will say, if Inner can charge X, we can too. Yes and no. It all depends, because if they're going to charge you, for example, $500 for a Stormtrooper, and they're going to charge you $500 for, I don't know, the Joker with rooted hair, you know, it's not about like how much you charge. You have to also provide the quality attached to it.
Exactly.
So they need to kind of go hand to hand. So if Hot Toys want to increase the prices, they can certainly do that, but they need to show us the quality so you can be comfortable paying that much money. That's why Inner is coming hard. But Inner is another tier, and I think we spoke about this. Inner is, you know, I think, just to put it this way, right? Third-party companies are tier 3, meaning, or tier 3 the lowest. You know, I'm just going reverse. Hot Toys is kind of tier 2, and I think Inner is tier 1. This is just my observation in terms of pricing, right? Again, we don't have the figures in hand, so really, until we don't have it in hand, we cannot judge or label properly, right? This is just before.
But that's the idea, though. That's the idea.
That's the idea, right? Because now, if you get the Inner product, and Hescope is beautiful, rooted hair, beautiful, but the body sucks, like magnet sucks, a lot of QC issues, then it's not worth the money, right? Because, you know, you're not just paying for the Hescope, you pay for the whole thing. That's why you're buying the whole figure, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the first impression matters. So when they released the Joker, and I know, right, I don't know if you ordered the Joker. I think you did.
Yeah, I did.
If you get the Joker, Riley, and Hescope is beautiful, rooted hair is perfect, but the body sucks. Like, you cannot articulate the figure because you're afraid you're going to break it, or there's some stains in the body, or the magnet is really not that great. How would you feel?
It's a good question. It's kind of a tough one, because for me, I feel like in our, like people have said, like their main goal isn't with articulation and posing and moving the figures. I think they're more catered towards like aesthetically looking like the most realistic piece that we've had in comparison to Hot Toys. So I would say, for me, I'd kind of keep them more museum, like wouldn't really pose them as much. So it wouldn't really be like a huge bummer for me, and I'd be like annoyed with it. But like other people I said, I think Costa said, like, I mean, we're buying, it's called a figure. In arts, it's a figure, so you should be able to pose it. So if they don't have any posing, which I doubt that would happen, I'm sure that's going to have posing. It will be limited, though, I'd imagine, because I think they've discussed that. How I don't think we're going to be able to move them like Hot Toys for sure. I don't think that's going to happen, because the materials they're using, all the stuff they're using, they want to be very careful with it, and it's also a lot more expensive than Hot Toys. So I would say that if it did have those issues, it wouldn't really bother me as much, because I'm kind of walking into it with the perspective that Hot Toys kind of are already going to be like the peak level of posing and movability, but InArt's more of that realistic approach. You're paying that premium price to have it more like almost like a statue, like a statuesque type of figure. So that's the way I would look at it.
And it's a good point as well. It's a good point as well.
Keep in mind, dude, right, that not all Hot Toys are very well articulated either.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are throwing that out there like it's the end all be all, where you can't pose Django Fett for shit, right? I mean,
Batman,
he's got so much fat suit and like that's what I mean, right? But then again, maybe you don't want to pose him like as agile as a Spider-Man, right? So for figures of that nature, I feel like they will succeed. Like that the 2022 Batman from InArt, my hopes is that, from the photos that we've seen, he's quite posable. He may be more posable than the Heath Ledger Joker, and I'm okay with that, right? Like I'm okay with that because I don't need to pose a Joker in ways that he doesn't normally, move or there's nothing like that. So I always want to keep that in mind with people. A lot of people are like, oh, they're not gonna. But I agree. It's supposed to be like top tier stuff, right? And again, InArts is not targeting everybody. They're not for every collector of 6 scale. So
no. And I agree that if you look at their Pennywise, I think that's going to be very posable, especially from some of the pictures. So yeah, I mean, they are picking and choosing the degree of articulation that they want for each character. And you're right, you're not going to want to pose everything like Spider-Man.
Right.
So
well, I just never understood. I heard that from a lot of the community. Oh, we're not gonna be able to pose them for shit. I'm like, well, how do you know? And how hard do you want to go with these? I mean,
right.
As long as they are somewhat posable. I mean, that's. I agree. They're not statues, right?
Right.
So as long as they're, Bruce Wayne, how posable do you really need him? Right.
Yeah.
Not too posable.
I want to like Spider-Man, so I can do those.
Web swings. Yeah,
I know.
Dude, even a lot of our Spider-Mans aren't the best at posing because of the suit restrictions.
Yeah, because
the rubber and all that. Yeah.
Right. So we are 125 people watching. Please hit the like button, and also, my friend Anthony is getting closer to 3,000. I don't know if you made it to 3,000 yet, but if you haven't, people on the chat who just joined us and is not subscribed to Anthony, please do so right now and make this guy 3,000 subscribers. Also subscribe to Riley Reviews. All the links below. Pop Culture Living Room if you want to see amazing, dioramas cases. How to make a case for yourself. Check out Costa. And of course, if you want to see the latest third-party reviews, the first person who puts everything right away, BIGBREDA is your go-to guy. And if you have some time, you can also subscribe to my channel if you find this content interesting. But let's subscribe to Anthony.
I only need 4.
Kenny's only 4.
4 away.
I know.
Okay. 4
I know.
people can do
I'm
that.
not sure if everybody here has, but I did drop a link.
Subscribe.
we need to celebrate. I'm
Like.
gonna go run and get a
Do we?
beer.
That would be cool, man. Yeah,
Have
I'm
some
almost.
margaritas, man.
And fall asleep on the bus.
Oh.
I'm never gonna let you down on that one.
Oh, dude,
No.
that was definitely more than one, and it was a bunch of other alcohol mixes that happened.
Hell yeah! Hey, that's cool, man. I got 3 more subs, man. I do appreciate it, or three more too. So.
Come on, let's make it to 3,000.
Okay, I already subscribed with 1, and I have other 1.
Oh, I don't need a fake subscription now,
Oh,
bro.
come
Like,
on.
Fake, I use on my TV.
okay, well that's a little different. I don't know. Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna
Okay.
No,
subscribe.
I
think
appreciate that, man.
Let's get it, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
I gave-
2 more, man.
Okay,
2
1 more now.
Yeah.
Should
Come
be.
on.
I mean,
who's
unless
gonna be
mine's
the
not
lucky
updating
3,000?
properly, but I am currently at 2,999.
Ooh,
Wow.
Graham in the
Who will be
house.
3,000?
What's
Graham
up,
in the
Graham?
house, Graham?
Yo.
We can say I love you 3,000 to Anthony.
Graham,
Right?
Hell
yeah.
the myth.
He's been moving, man. He's been doing the work.
Oh
He
yeah,
said, I mean, I can subscribe more.
I know. Well, hey, I only need 1 more, man. That'll come. So I do appreciate it, and anybody who's in the chat probably is subscribed. Hey, I hit it. There you go, 3,000. Look at that. Badass.
Hold
Thank
on,
you.
hold on. I have applause here. You think I'm done?
Oh, you have an applause?
I have water.
All right. You
Well,
have water?
Congratulations! I could not hear anything, but
Congrats.
congratulations.
Well, I appreciate
Yeah,
it, guys. Thank you so much. We're working
Oh.
towards it, man. We're working
Look at
towards
that.
it. So
Look at that.
badass. Hey, I have content, so I mean, check it out if you're new.
You got the kids laughing too. got the
You know.
kids.
Right? No, I appreciate it. So I appreciate everybody. Now we get that road to 4K, so we'll be there.
Now let's subscribe to make this guy 4,000 subscribers. So we need only 1,000 subscribers.
That's
Dang
we
it.
got it. We
Come on,
got it,
do it
guys.
right
Let's,
now.
no, I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
can you
I
imagine?
appreciate it.
And of
I
course,
only
you
need
haven't subscribed to my
500 for
channel.
5,000. Go there now.
I only need 2,300 for 10,000. So please do it right now. We need 2,300 subscribers. Just kidding.
By the
So
end
just
of this
subscribe,
stream.
love, share, unshare, whatever you want to do. It's fun. All right, guys. So let's change topics a little bit. I think we spent a good chunk of the conversation talking about the market, and it's a very good conversation. You guys have the knowledge. You guys are subject matter experts on this. So really appreciate the insight, the conversation. Same to you guys on the chat. And we're gonna move on to the next one because I want to talk about this figure here, Cobra. I want to talk about Cobra, man. So let me share.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Papi.
Yes, because you know what, I was going to and I didn't do it, and I'm glad.
All right, can
I'm
you guys
glad.
see my screen? No, of
Not
course
at the moment.
Perfect.
There we
There we
go.
go.
All right. We could talk about this Cobra thing, man. This is from Stallone's official shop. So I'm gonna start with Anthony then because he wanted to talk about this. So why not?
Yeah,
Yo, when I saw
dude,
this, dude, I saw these pictures. Okay, let's be honest. The first one, I didn't get that one, and I was thinking to get it.
Rambo.
Maybe
Yeah.
I am. I don't know. I didn't like it much. I don't think the Hasco looks like him.
I'm still on the fence on Rambo. I'm still on the fence.
Right?
The 301 is pretty
The
good.
301 is amazing.
Yeah,
I think
3-0 is
301
pretty good.
knock it out of the park. But this one here, though, is a definite improvement. Still not 100%, but definite improvement. So I want to hear your
Did you
thoughts.
see the unboxing?
Of Cobra?
Yeah.
No, I did not watch that yet. I did watch the unboxing he did for Rambo.
Stallone was like, "Oh, let me tell you this thing.
Yeah, he did the unboxing for this one.
Right.
Look.
No, I want to take a look at it, dude. That's just fucking terrible, man. That comment's gold right there, man. That could be a tagline in the chat, man. Maximus, that's great. Just Stallone is taking Hot Toys down one figure at a time. That could just be like a fucking movie. You know, seriously, man, that's badass. No, I think it looks really good. I'm weary a little bit on the first Rambo. Remember, Dante, we talked about the first Rambo on your show like forever ago. And I was like, well, it looks kind of neat. Like when he has that walking pose with his bag, he's just kind of walking down the street. That's probably how I pose him. But my only concern so far is that they are a little expensive. Not that bad, I guess, right? But it's money up front, though. I didn't see like deposits or, you know, so I'm like, damn, bro, you want all my money?
How
And
much
like,
is this Cobra one?
you know, I'm sorry, Joel.
How much is this the Cobra one?
It's like
This one,
240
you know?
or 260.
So before we talk about this,
290. Shit. Okay, never mind.
$290.
Jesus.
Right? It is pricey as hell. And I guess because he's capitalizing on his brand, right? Stallone. I mean,
Sure, of course.
this is the guy, Stallone, right? And he's signed and everything. So that right there is a collector's edition stuff, you know?
But he's also being I forgot, Bob Dylan's in the chat, he'll probably know. You know, these are all, some of this is outsourced, right? Because somebody I know, and I forget, on my friends list did the sculpt. So you know, yeah, he's putting out the license, right? It's like selling Jordans, right? You're paying for that brand. But dude, it looks pretty cool, man. And you know me with 80s stuff, so I don't know what to do just yet. It looks really cool. You gotta have the aviators on them. You know, it's just it's freaking sweet, man. If you're into all the older 80s stuff that we're into, the only reason it's not a no-brainer again is it's that they want the money up. You know, they need it up front. So
you know,
even the scope looks good though.
Yeah, the scope doesn't look that, but that's what I'm saying. It's a big improvement from the first figure. But one thing that they called really good, and this is something that Stallone spoke about it on the video, the part of his arms. This part here is how he looks for real. So they even nailed that. you know, they definitely did an improvement on this one in terms of likeness and everything, you know, but 290 up front, it hurts. You know, I don't mind doing a 20% deposit. You know, the reason why is because it's still next year, summer 20, so it's still a year. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to put my money 100% for something that is not releasing until like next year. I don't mind 10%. I don't mind 20%.
We don't even know though either, right? Like, is this something that we can wait till next year to make a purchase? Like, what's the order number on this? You know, do we even know? I mean, is it? I can't imagine them being a high run. They're not a huge company like Hot Toys, so I worry about it. I'm just really excited that they will exactly John Spartan. Like, I'd like a demolition. Like, I'm more excited at the prospect of Stallone characters, right? But then how many Stallone characters is too much? Is there a number? I mean, you know what I mean? Would you get at all of them? Be like, look at all my Stallone movie
never
action
enough.
figures.
Get them all.
Yeah.
You know, Fat Guy just says, I hope they don't make Samaritan figure. The film was embarrassing. You know what's funny? I actually enjoyed that movie, believe it or not. I actually like it. I don't think it was that bad at all. You know, obviously not the best. I mean, that's not an Oscar winner, but it was entertaining. I mean, I think it was fun to watch. Different, you know, spin, you know, how we normally see Stallone. I mean, he's older now, but still.
I'm hoping they'll revisit the Rocky property. That's like his baby. So
go ahead, Gus.
I was gonna say, isn't it like Star Ace is doing like a Rocky 2, that Rocky 2 figure?
They are.
But yeah, I would love. I mean, I live in Philadelphia, so Rocky is like no brainer, you know. So Rocky, Clubber Lang, you know, Apollo. I want them all, and a Mickey. Like, let's.
Yo, Mickey.
You know, let's
There's a nice sculpt floating around of Mickey right now that looks really good.
I saw that.
Listen, I want this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I want this guy.
If he dies, he dies.
I knew it was
but dude,
coming. I knew
They
it was
might not be
coming.
able to. They might not be able to do other actors though, right? It could just be it's still Stallone leg. I mean, the wording could be whatever. But what if it's only Stallone figures and that's it?
Judge Dredd, Rumbo.
Yeah, I mean, it is his shop. So, and didn't the Rambo figure, didn't that like take longer than they had anticipated? That like was on pre-order for several years, right? That Rambo figure.
Which the 3-0 or
no, theirs. They can't.
oh, theirs I think is still available.
Shop.
Yeah, I think it's still available.
It's available, but it was on pre-order for like God knows how long, because they were, you know, getting the you know, things just right, because Stallone is very picky. You know,
oh yeah,
he's not gonna just release anything out there. So
I'm excited either way.
I'm excited too. Riley, any thoughts about this Cobra Kai? I was talking about Cobra Kai. It's coming too, man. Cobra Kai couple. I can wait. But anyway, different topic. Go ahead.
I mean, obviously, this one isn't going to be one for me because I'm not in this. You know, the 80s. It's not really my jam. I wish I was. I know. I'm sorry.
Have you seen a Stallone movie at all?
What is it? Who's this Stallone?
I think I saw Rambo, but that was it. It's the only thing I've seen.
Oh man, you're missing
not even
out.
Rocky.
I don't think so. I saw Creed.
You should go revisit Rockies.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get flamed.
An Academy Award-winning movie.
I know.
I wish
man.
Peter were here. He can do the perfect Stallone voice, man.
No, yours is pretty good, honestly. But no, this figure is really cool though. Like, I haven't seen the official photos, but like honestly, like you showed the head sculpt and it was like the paint application looks amazing. Like, it looks really good. So and it is a little pricey, but I mean, you're paying, like people are saying in the chat, getting his like license on the box. That's really cool. Like, I feel like that's going to be really cool because you can even display that. Like, you can display that next to the figure. I just feel like that kind of adds more on to like the kind of like cool thing how he's kind of making this figure and he knows like it's out his own figure. It's really cool. So
I just want to stop or my mom will shoot. Sorry, go ahead.
No, man, you're good. I was saying like it looks really cool. I mean, like the materials they're using like on like the belt and everything, and the glasses, the toothpick. Like, there's a lot of really cool accessories with this. I can tell, and I think they're using like pretty good materials. So it's not gonna be for me, but for people who are fans of this movie, and obviously the actor is such a iconic actor, I would say that it's nice. The likeness looks really good from here, from what I've seen. We'll have to wait to see in hand, but what I can see, like it looks like Hot Toys quality. It looks really, really good. So I'd
It
say
does
it's,
look
it's a
really
win
good.
for people. Yeah, it looks good.
You know, usually the first figures when they do this. Oh, look at the base, man! They have a Cobra on the base. I didn't even notice
Yeah,
this.
that's dope. And that
Holy
box art's
cow.
really
Okay.
cool. I like the box art.
Nice, nice.
I want his car.
What brand was the car?
Imagine.
His car
I
was
thought
what? Wasn't that a
Oh, man,
no?
it
It
was a
wasn't a
muscle
convertible,
car.
but it
Hold
was
on.
fucking remember.
You want the car and you don't know
Was
the
it
which
was
car.
it a coat? Was it a? Was it,
I don't know. So, Joe, are you gonna get this Cobra?
I was actually checking just now in their website, because here there are no pre-orders for this. You need to buy directly on the website, and the shipping is $45 by DHL.
To China?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not bad, no? Or it's pricey?
It's not bad, but I mean these never their Rambo they did before, it never go into stock, right? This is just pre-orders. You cannot buy the other figure now, or you still can buy in their shop.
Actually, it's still on pre-order. The other figure,
on
but I know it
pre-order.
was released already. But I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like they should. Yeah, it's weird.
Man, but
I don't know.
I think it looks really good, and I see him yesterday doing the unboxing. It's not the best unboxing because they don't zoom much on the figure,
Yeah.
but we could see some stuff. The thing, Bob Dylan saying T-Dubs is distributing it. I don't think so. Just now I went to Toys Wonderland and I searched for Stallone, and I cannot find any of these over there.
Distributed what? This guy Cobra?
I don't think so.
Oh, I mean,
I could
Stallone.
not find it. They
Yeah,
have
I don't want to see.
others.
I don't want to see a statement from Stallone saying, "Oh, these guys are not using." Can you imagine?
But I mean,
They have rock against you.
this is the way I think is being very smart by using his own license, his own brand, his own
Yes,
name,
of course.
and selling directly in his own shop. I think this. But I mean, 3-0 still have the license, right? Enter Bay before they did. I remember Enter Bay did the Rambo 1/4 scale. That was amazing. I don't know if you guys remember that, but Enter Bay did the quarter scale of Rambo, and that one was really good.
They did a lot of good quarter scales too, man.
At that time they did it pretty. The 301 is good too. I remember the 301, the Rambo 3. I think it's a good one too. But this one, the
really
Cobra is amazing.
I like the box. I like
The
those
sculpt-
shades. Look freaking amazing. The head sculpt is actually pretty good.
The sculpt is being made by Inigo Gil. He does a lot of custom head sculpts. He did a very good one for Indiana Jones, and then the outfit is done by Shane Devs. Shane Devs. I think he's also famous on the custom. They went and pick up very good artists from that do custom work. So I think
this is more like a custom figure, pretty much, with a retail price.
Exactly,
right?
but you will have the best materials because those guys, they always work with very high quality. So I think
and if this was truly custom, it'd be like $2,000 at least.
Easy. So they reach an agreement with them, and they are doing this kind of figures.
I mean, your name is gonna be in the box for Sylvester Stallone. That right there is like, what else do you need, right?
Exactly.
And he's so popular. I mean, a lot of people will. I'm really considering getting this guy. He looks freaking amazing, man.
So am I. I don't like the base though. The base is very simple. It's just
it's a cover, but still, like, it looks different. You know, it's really not that. You usually have the hexagonal or the, circular, oval, whatever base. Now you have a cover there, so it doesn't look that bad, I think.
You already see if now other actors start to do the same, like Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren. They start to do, okay, let's make our own action figures in our own websites.
That's what Ruben G says. He says he's gonna call Jean-Claude Van Damme to get his figures up and running too. I mean, those guys were the 80s, man. They made the 80s. But with 120 people watching, please hit the like button. Who else is left? Costa, I want to hear your thoughts on this Cobra. I don't know if you said anything. Are you gonna
searching for the car brand?
No. Somebody brought up the car as a 1950 Mercury Monterey, and it looks cool as fuck. Go look it up. I remember watching this movie. God, I was young. The good old days. I think it looks great. I don't know if I am going to pick it up because there are other Stallone figures that I would rather have more. Obviously, like a full line of Rocky figures, but I mean, just from these pictures, this looks great. And if you want to be like a Stallone completist, you definitely have to get this. Otherwise, I'm probably going to pass on it because it is not my favorite Stallone movie. So, and you have to make choices, and you know, this is one of those ones that I'm you know, gonna have to pass on, and it doesn't help that you can't pre-order it with a deposit.
True.
I didn't know that it was a full amount. That's crazy.
Well, unless you pay $72 for payment, interest-free payments. I don't know.
That is
It's a big
like,
commitment.
isn't that over that's over like 2 months. So it's
I
like
understand
every
why
2
they are
weeks.
doing this. They are guaranteeing that you will not cancel pre-order. You pay full.
Right.
If
Yeah.
this is if you cancel, you will not receive the money back, right? There's no refunds here. I think once you pre-order, you will get the figure either you want it or not.
You know who needs a shop? Arnold, because he had way more better movies and characters.
Daddy, I need
Go.
more.
Yeah.
Let's go to the chopper.
I will. Yeah, let's get some.
We need to order more of these
shuffling.
right now.
Need the Arnold shop.
Arnold.
Oh my
Arnold
god.
shop.
Oh, man. Can you imagine? All right, so let's move on to the next and last segment, which is, let's talk about predictions, sir. Let's talk about predictions. So, what do we think is going to happen? What do we think should happen? So, we're going to start with, and I'm going to give a shout out to Chloe because she shared this with me on my Facebook group earlier today. Chloe. So Loki. Apparently, we have Loki coming soon. Actually, was shipped already, and it should be in the ports right now. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. We don't know, but I have a feeling that we're gonna see this guy in September. They need to complete this line, man. They're dragging it so freaking much, and it is getting annoying. You know. Is this something anyone will pick up? This classic Loki?
Will.
Well, we know Will's gonna pick up that. He's gonna pick up Pennywise, Joker. We know that, you know. But any of you guys, or you guys on the chat as well, will anyone pick this up? I'm gonna start with myself. I'm gonna pick this guy up. I don't know. What anyone?
Nope.
I mean, if it's the one to pick up, that's what I think. I think this is like your definitive Loki, because I mean, you're not only getting that scene from Endgame where like the whole 2012 scene, which is really cool. You're also getting the nostalgia of Avengers 1 when he had this iconic outfit. So I think that for Loki fans, I would say this is the one to grab. And given the fact that this is like, how long has it been? Like 2.5 years or 3 years almost, like since the movie came out and this figure got announced, like they've got to nail this one. I mean, it's funny because I am saying that, but there was a lot of controversy with Cable, and that also took a very long time. So I wouldn't get it, like expect that this would come out really good. But the fact that you're not having like any like open like shirt or anything like what the Cable had, I think that this one, like, they really do have to nail it, because if they don't, it's just going to be like, what was the point? What was the point of taking this long? So I'd say that
exactly.
Yeah, this will be one where they'd want to like really nail it. And Loki fans and Avengers fans, this is going to be just a really badass figure, I think, when you put it on the shelf with your whole like Endgame lineup and your like Avengers 1 lineup. Even it's just going to look really awesome.
Even myself, man, it will look sick with it. If you can get a throne and with the helmet and the sector,
hell yeah,
it looks freaking amazing. But I want to give a shout out to HAWKWARZ Collectibles. HAWKWARZ Toys in the house. What's up, my friend? Thank you so much for stopping by. Amazing dude. If you want to get figures really hard to get, check him out. I put the link in the description below as well. He always gets stuff. So I got actually Peacemaker through him. So if you are looking for one, you know what to do. Anthony, this is something that you will pick up, or are you gonna just pass on this one for now?
I'm gonna pass. I'm just not collecting Marvel really at this time. So, not to take away from it though, this is a beautiful piece. I think this is, you know, As Riley made, this is like, yeah, this is definitive Loki right here. You know, it's essentially a 2.0. This is, if you're gonna have a Loki, this is the one to have, in my opinion. Unless you really like the TV show versions, or you're just, you know, a Loki fanatic and you want all of them, you know, which there are people like that. But if you just want a Loki, I think this is the one, man. I think he looks great. I mean, he's way overdue. I don't know if he's coming anytime soonish, but a great figure, man. I'm happy for everybody who's picking him up, right?
I know. Anyone, Costa? Is this something that you will pick up, or?
Well, I did have this pre-ordered at one point, and I canceled it. And if they screw this up, they're gonna have issues with the other Lokis that are coming down the pipeline, because it'll bring them down a little bit, to be honest. So hopefully they don't screw it up. Hopefully they kind of use the head sculpts from the ones from the show and maybe like age them down a little bit, and because those look great. This Loki is awesome. The outfit, everything about it is great. I may still pick it up. I don't know, but at the time I just needed to cancel the figure at that point, and so I did, and you can't go wrong, with this one. Hopefully, again, when I say you can't go wrong, that's contingent on it looking good when it comes out. So,
Joe, is this something? Yeah, yeah, I know, right? I mean, I hope that when they do the release, is good. There's no flaws, or like somebody says, a smiley face, Loki. But Joe, is this something that you will get, or?
No.
Joe was like, Joe was like, hell no.
I was like,
there we go.
I'm done.
Okay, so let me stay with you, Joe. What about this one? Do you think this could happen this month? Boba Fett with the throne?
The throne, I don't know. I pre-ordered the one with the throne. I know people are receiving invoices for only the repainted armor without throne. I don't know if they are going to delay the throne version, but this one I'm waiting for it. Of course, I have the one with the throne on pre-order.
But will it make sense for them to do this? Because, I feel like they have so many Star Wars stuff that they need to release. I think they should just start releasing them, really.
Yep. Yeah, no doubt. But with that also, we in that Japan Star Wars thing that is going on now, they also mentioned that the Quill and the Blurgs are going to will be released on this December. So probably we will see this Boba Fett before that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Ahsoka Tano or Mando or something like that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming, especially from Mandalorian and Boba Fett, that I've got a lot of that in pre-orders. So it's going to be a bit of busy months on that stuff.
It's gonna be busy.
Probably if Mando, Ahsoka, Luke, they come all in the same time, it's
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan I didn't pre-order because that's a very high candidate to bargain bin, so I let that one slip. But
unless they put some blue bar on the top,
but that
people are gonna be like, oh my god.
But you are talking on your side. I don't buy from Sideshow.
No. Yes, I know you don't, but I'm talking about here. Like, as soon as they see that.
Yeah, but I get it. Overseas, she's gonna be cheap. She's gonna be cheap pretty quick. Yeah.
Because even people collecting Mandalorian, because if all of these stuff come together, let's say Boba Fett, Luke, Ahsoka, people will not get them all, and some of those will stay in stock. Same thing. I was afraid of the Dark Troopers because I thought this thing is going to disappear. They already go down so much on price that I'm waiting to get 2 for the price of 1.
Right.
So,
yep. There you go.
One thing for sure, with 120 people watching, and we have only 88 likes. Guys,
we get to 100 likes.
Come on, let's do 100 likes. I mean, you guys have the power. You can just grab your finger, grab your mouse, and click on the likey. Like button helps a lot.
Well, that's assuming they're on a computer.
Assuming, but if not, grab your
otherwise,
finger or
you
your
can
phone.
close the chat and then hit the like and then come back to the chat.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you 2 seconds. I'll give you 2 seconds. 1, 2. All right.
Hey.
Costa, this something that you will pick up? This Mandalorian, this Boba Fett. Do you think it's gonna happen this month, or do you think it's gonna probably be delayed sometime October, sometime November?
I am going to pick this one up, and
Ooh.
I do think that that having that throne to make sure that they get all the details right, I think that's what's holding it up, because everything else, you know, it's pretty much just like a repaint. You have the head sculpt already. I think they want to get that throne just right, make sure that the proportions are right, and get all those details in there. So I'm all for them, you know, taking that little bit of extra time, because this looks like it's going to be a really cool figure. Because we all like the end of the Mandalorian when he sat on this throne. So yeah.
And you see him, and you see Boba Fett with his suit in the last second of the Mandalorian trailer for season 3.
That's
I
true.
don't know if you guys noticed that. You see him,
Yeah.
you see him on the last second or something like that, and say, "Oh shit, this guy is coming back for Mandalorian." In Mandalorian, he always kick ass.
Right.
You know,
It's so weird because it's the same writer. Like Jon Favreau wrote both. It's such a weird thing. Like how he was such a badass, and then they kind of like softened him up a little.
Now let me ask you one thing to you guys here. Do you, with the Endor coming now and Mandalorian always also coming in February, do you think we are done with the Book of Boba announcements? It's done. There's nothing more from there.
I think yes and no, because it can go either way with Cobb Vanth, but I think he'll probably be branded Book of Boba Fett, and so is the what is it? What is the 45? Damn, the damn droid. That's gonna come. That him and the DO, or not DO, but the BD. It's not BD1, but it is the droid. I forgot. That's
Right.
a 2-pack, right? So that's probably gonna be Book of Boba Fett. That's what it said on the the plaque there. So I think we'll get a couple, but that's it.
I hope we get the Black Chrysanthemum, man. That would be an amazing one.
That would be sweet,
But
dude.
I don't know, man.
I don't think that it's the last we'll see of him either. So we might get more
That's true.
opportunities down the line. So yeah.
Star Wars has a unique position where, and I'm not saying that Marvel doesn't, but I kind of am saying Marvel doesn't, because Star Wars ends up becoming like scripture, right? So at any given time, 4 or 5 years from now, these characters are now set in stone in their universe, so they can always come back and revisit. Whereas I feel like Marvel is just kind of on this train, and then like okay, Hawkeye,
phase 2, phase 4, phase 5.
right? So like Hawkeye is done; they're not going to or something like that, right? They just move on from those shows once they've done their allotment. But at any time, they could come revisit Star Wars and be like, hey, Black Chrysanthemum, that guy was pretty cool. He's in the Star Wars universe. Here he is. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like eventually all this stuff will come.
I'm going to go with Riley on this. Bobby Ray has a question. He says, is this the same head sculpt from the 2-pack? It is not. I mean, it is the same, technically the same, but the way this thing looks, I think he's looking straight. And on the 2-pack, he's looking to the side.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I have honestly,
he has a little lean in the 2-pack.
He does.
Right. Is looking to the side. Let me see if I can flash another one. Oh, this one is looking. Okay, so the 2-pack is looking to the other side, to the right, and this one is looking to the left.
This could be
but not only that. On his head, I think the 2-pack has a lot of white parts. This one seems more clean.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Right? This one is more clean.
Yes.
I think it's different, but just a lot of little subtleties, though.
Painting, I think, is better.
It's pretty much the same, but they've just slightly changed it.
It's even better. And it's interesting that if you want Boba Fett head sculpt, you only get it either in the 2-pack or with a throne.
That's
there
true.
There's no other way to get his head sculpt.
There's no other way.
Yep. But
there's no other way.
I mean, nonetheless, this is going to be awesome. I mean, I've thought about this for like a little bit. I feel like Hot Toys at the moment, they've been very slow with releasing Star Wars at the moment. Like it's been a while since we've had kind of like some Star Wars releases. I mean, ignoring
Wait till next year, bro.
Yeah, I
just
know,
this
right?
week you got the Death Trooper, the Chrome one.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's
Well,
that's true.
ignoring that. But I was saying, I'm talking more towards like not really like those like edition ones,
Okay.
like you know what I mean, like that and the
You mean
the Chrome
normal
ones.
figures.
Right. So like when it comes to normal figures, like I think the last one was Grogu, and that was like a month and
The
a half
accessory
ago.
pack.
The accessory,
Accessory
yeah.
pack, yeah.
That was a long time ago. So
I mean, technically, this put a little pressure on me because this is from the Mandalorian, and I'm collecting the whole Mandalorian line. So that's pressure on me because now I have to get
got
this
you
one,
there.
and I'm gonna get it with the throne actually because I like it.
Yeah.
You know, I really, to be honest with you, I think the Mandalorian was what saved Star Wars. My opinion, I can be wrong, but the way I see it is that after the sequel or the sequels, it was a lot of hate, a lot of mixed feelings about those movies, and then we have a period of waiting, and then when the Mandalorian came, it killed it. I think it killed it. And there's some rumors that I heard that they're gonna re-edit those sequel movies. They're gonna add footage that was not included, and they're gonna kind of like change the tone of the movies. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what people are saying.
And what's interesting is that with the Mandalorian, if you collect the Mandalorian line and you don't have, let's say, any other Star Wars on your collection, only the Mandalorian line gives you a lot of different troopers. You have
A lot. Got them all right there.
You have a lot to. I never collect troopers before, and now I have a bunch of Mandalorian troopers, and they all look, they all look awesome. Even the transport trooper looks amazing in my opinion.
Hell yeah, he does.
He does.
I think it's a good looking figure. It's just for me, I'm in the same boat. I have 100% of the Mando line, so I'm in.
The remnant trooper.
Yeah, and
I don't know if I can ever get it.
The collector said that his Boba on Throne got charged apparently, so maybe it will release soon. That's what he said. He just got an email for it.
There you go.
So predictions happening as we speak.
Right.
We're freaking good, man. We're
I
freaking
wouldn't be
good.
surprised, honestly. Like,
Lately, when
week,
sites
it
show
was
charged, it's how long before Hot Toys release?
4 months.
Exactly. Yeah, 4 months.
4 months. Jesus. I suppose it was a week or two.
Right. Next on the list. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the arena suit Boba Fett. It was like weeks, almost like a full month. Like I'm I'm waiting for it. Just got it today, also.
Oh, you got the arena Boba Fett.
Arena was pretty quick for me. It was like a week, but the Clone Troopers was the whole month of August.
Really?
The clones took forever.
Are you keeping it or are you going to sell it?
Who, me?
What?
I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
No, the arena. No, I'm keeping that one. That one is sick. I mean, I actually tried to get it. See, I can get another one to sell later.
Dude,
but I don't know if I'm gonna get that lucky. But the arena suit is freaking really good, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna sell for $100. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna keep screwing Hot Toys. $110. Okay, so the next one is this one says expect to ship in September, and this is for Ahsoka Tano Grogu DX version. I do think that we're gonna see this one this month, and honestly, I can wait to see this figure.
Yeah,
I don't know anyone on the panel.
No, this is gonna be an epic release. Like honestly, this would be one that I do hope, because I mean they're having that whole event for Star Wars. You'd think that they'd kind of this month kind of ramp up a bunch of releases for Star Wars to kind of catch the hype. I mean, this is one where I know we are getting Ahsoka later. We're gonna get the show and another figure, but I don't know, man. This one's special to me because like you're getting that DX version, and this was like when we first saw her on screen in The Mandalorian, that episode. So yeah, I just think this is one that I'm personally I don't think that you can miss out on this. I think it's gonna be an awesome release, and it's gonna turn out really good. Yeah.
These Ahsoka with the deep fake look and the chrome Mando together, they will look amazing.
Oh yeah.
With the Dean Jarrett sculpt. And
this Mando lineup is just crazy. The Mando, like you guys have said, it's crazy, man. It's awesome.
Right. I know Anthony's looking at this kind of like, okay, where's my money? I want to pay this right now. I want it. I want it now.
We are all still skeptical about the head sculpt. Let's see how is the final.
Dude, let me tell you something. When I did this, the preview on this figure, I said it was really good. It was really good, but over time, I don't know if it happened to you guys, but over time, the more I was looking at the head sculpt, the more I'm thinking, shit, it's good, but I don't know. I don't think
needs
it's still
updates,
there.
yeah.
I
Didn't
think it
catch
needs more
Rosario
love.
perfectly, yeah.
I was
Are
the opposite.
you're talking about the Clone War?
No, this one here.
No,
Oh, this
one.
dude, this thing looks. Listen, man, photos are always tricky, but I already think it looks great as it is. My hopes it's gonna look even better in hand. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick her up. It's I like that samurai look too. You know, it's cool. And yeah, I've heard that they corrected her Leiku's, you know, for her show, or they're shorter or whatever, and it's gonna be like whatever. I don't care. Like, we already know that's gonna happen. This is not the last Ahsoka we're gonna get. It's just, if you want this version, then pick it up. But I think she looks good, man. I mean, she's not 100% Rosario Dawson, but pretty close.
Yeah, that's why I don't mind.
Easy.
Right. That's why I don't kind of mind too much, because it's a prototype, and we know what happened with Hot Disc with prototypes. Usually, you know, when we see something that is not 100% or not like good enough, they fix it. I mean, good example, I always mention this, is Rey from Return of the Jedi, from the Rise of Skywalker, and Kylo Ren. I mean, those two were fantastic. I think the houses were like freaking amazing. So, you know, they can improve these things for sure. They can. You know, that's why I don't like to spend too much time bashing head sculpts, because again, is a prototype. Costa.
I was gonna say they typically do extremely well on female sculpts. So that's why I'm not too worried about Bo-Katan. I think they'll fix that one too. But if you go back, Gamora, Nebula, the Wasp, all just fantastic, you know, head sculpts. Yes, Ahsoka Tano, one of my favorite characters, definitely gonna get this. I love how Rosario, she got all the mannerisms right. She got the way, you know, her cadence and talking, and just her presence. Just doesn't have, you know, Ashley Eckstein's voice, but you know, that's she's not gonna, she doesn't impersonate or do or impersonations, but yeah, when you first saw that beginning scene when she was in the woods and everything,
amazing.
I was like, boom,
good.
Sold. Way to go, Dave Filoni.
Take my money.
Take my money.
Killed it. So exciting.
I just saw a message. I just saw a message just now about that Boba Fett and the Throne, that someone received an email from Sideshow saying that it will ship in 10 business days. So,
so that means probably releasing tomorrow.
I will tell you, probably release
predictions,
today,
guys, or maybe
this week,
tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for us, today for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might get announced tonight, our time.
It might get announced. Yeah. If it does, you guys heard it here. You know, we said it. You know, finally something right. All right, so and last but certainly not least, War Machine 2.1 reissue War Machine.
Why is this not out?
Is this already here?
It is, according to Chloe. She sent me a I guess a pink slip or something where it says the shipments and all that. It's supposed to be here already.
No,
so
but looking at the date, I feel like this was just announced. But time just flies,
I mean,
dude.
it's a reissue. So
it's a reissue. They have it.
No, I'm talking about the reissue. No shit. I mean the reissue is what I mean. Like, when did this
last year?
Yeah, but has it been 12, 15? I don't know how long. You know, Hot Toys usually is not 16 months, right? It's always been like 10 to 12. But you know, it just feels like they just announced this reissue. I just feel like time's just flying by.
Maybe they had overstock in the factory.
Maybe waiting so they can be a global release for everyone to get it right away. You know?
Oh, you see, Dark Sea just now sent a comment.
There we go. It's gonna be an awesome release.
It is happening. It was perfect timing too.
It's coming today, I tell you. Jesus
Christ. 10 days. Yeah, it's coming today.
I would imagine if they're shipping the regular one, it's, you know what I mean, they're ready to go.
Right. It's happening now. Anyone will pick this up?
The War Machine?
I think I'll pick it up. I've always waited for like a War Machine that I really wanted. This was one of the ones that I was like, damn, like if I was collecting before, I wish I had it. And now we got a reissue. As much as as much as I'm annoyed of reissues, when you get stuff like this that I did want, I'm like, obviously I'm gonna be happy about it.
These Iron Man 2, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iron Man
Yeah,
2.
Iron Man
But
2.
no, this War Machine, like even this photo here, when you see like the left side where his like helmet is like all battle damage and cracked, it looks really cool. Like
It's freaking amazing.
this is gonna be a really cool release. So hopefully it does get released. I'll probably pick it up. I'll wait because I mean I'd imagine kind of like the Mark V, the reissue. It's just gonna sit. It's probably gonna go lower in value, and then I'll pick it up at that point. But this is gonna be a really cool, and I feel like they really capture Rhodey, like the head sculpt, really good. They really do well on his head sculpt. They nail it. So I'm happy about it. I was the one. This certain armor was just really badass to me, and it just got all of that freaking padding and everything, and the machine gun behind him. I mean, this is badass for a War Machine. So I'm definitely gonna get it at one point.
That's true. And with 140 people watching, please hit the like button, guys. Help us out. I know we passed 100, so thank you so much for that. Subscribe to all my friends' channels. We know that Mafia hit 3,000 subscribers, so congratulations to him again. And I only need 2,300 more to make it to 8,000. So if you have 2,300 people or 23, well,
let's do it.
2,300 to get 8,000 impossible.
No, 23.
You mean
230? 230 people. Sorry. I mean 2,300 for 10,000.
But you see, that's what I was talking before. If you collect Marvel and Star Wars, and if this War Machine is coming now, if you pre-order the Boba with Throne and then the War Machine and then Loki, you are screwed with 3.
That's like 1,500 right there. It's like something like that. It's crazy.
Super screwed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you see people who miss out on this one because this one was actually going pretty pricey in the secondary market. I think it will be good. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to pick this one up. The thing is that I like when Hot Toys do 2.0s, right? When they add something new to it, right? Even though it's the same figure, yes, but they add something different, a different base, different accessory, different head sculpt.
Right.
I'm good with that. When this is trade reissue, that kind of kills it for me. And I think they learned the lesson. That's why we see more 2.0s happening. They kind of see how people want, look at the Mark, what was it? Mark 47? The golden and the silver and red, whatever. That one was going for crazy money in the secondary market, but then when they did the reissue, it sat for a little bit.
The 46, it's like a 2.0 now.
Right? The 2.0, but it's pretty cool because it's a 2.0 and it comes with a nice diorama, I think, base or something like that.
See how serious they are with these. Remember that just 1 month ago or something like that, they showed that Batman, the 89, but you never heard anything more about that. It was just like, yeah, it was there with a nice diorama, but it seems it goes to the Hot Toys pit.
Yeah, I mean, but look, you know what? Sometimes figures are just perfect, and that's why I feel like there are 2.0s, or I'm sorry, there are just reissues, right? I mean, Joel and I were talking about like the Jack Nicholson Joker. Like, what could they really do if they brought it back out? Like,
I don't see anything they could improve on that.
It would be a reissue, like this War Machine, in my opinion.
Or just do like a diorama base.
Or unless they just kind of fix the body a little bit, right? Because those knees are kind of a little funky on that figure. But like that War Machine dude is dope. And I know it's from Iron Man 1, but I mean with the 2.0, the Mark III they just announced, you can pair these two together. They're both battle damage. They look cool. They fit well with each other, even though it's Iron Man. Iron Man just not too far away. It's cool, and this is a good opportunity. Dude, I remember that shit last year. Somebody just bought that War Machine for like 700 something or 800 something. And then they were bitching on the posts because like that day they put out the reissue or some shit.
I really feel bad for those people, man, who spend even not going that far with the Mark 47 when they spend like almost $1,000, and then a week later or a day later, boom, the reissue happened.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, I would feel like trash because it was a reissue, really. Same thing that you got, actually better paint, better box. So it was kind of bad, for a lot of people. But you see, this is the thing, right? I don't like straight reissues. I want to see more 2.0s, that they can add something different to it. Like what they did with Marty McFly, for example. They didn't include the guitar on this one, but they include the dog. They didn't include the shades, but they include something else. So I welcome that. I think it's cool, because you can still keep the first version if you want, right?
I want the glasses.
But I want the glasses too.
and I don't have them. I mean, I'm sure I could probably find them somewhere, but
yeah, probably. But yeah, it's been fun, guys. We're gonna wrap this up. I want to go over here and see what you guys have for your channels. Mafia, again, congratulations on 3,000 subs.
yeah, thank you very much, everybody.
What to expect in the Mafia world?
Well, I'm working on a new kind of show coming out, which is gonna be pretty neat. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm not really gonna talk about the details yet. You'll just see it when it happens, probably this week. And then, of course, my Saturday nights, you know, my main streams, main panel. And you know, some reviews here and there. I dropped that Terminator retro review. I'm working on Samurai Predator right now, as time permits, and a few other older figures. Man, I really miss those Hot Toys of old. But that'll be for another conversation, man. You know, like there's some of this new stuff's good, but man, there was some great stuff back in the day. Other than that, man, thank you for having me, man. It's been awesome.
No, thank you so much for making the time to stop by with us. Mr. Riley, I know that you're on your third home. Thank you so much for joining us. And what should we expect in your writing reviews world?
Dude, so again, thank you for the invite, Dante. Amazing show you had here. Time flies, man. It's crazy.
Dude,
time flies when you're having fun. But yeah, amazing topics, great stuff. Make sure to subscribe, everyone. Hit the like button. Carlos always dropping knowledge. But shout out to him. For my channel, I mean, right now we're just really doing live streams. Anything that really pops up, we're just doing some impromptu live streams and unboxings, and I'm having a lot of fun. So I got that Arena Fett. I love that. It figures awesome. I really.
He's awesome, dude.
It really is. So, and we did the live unboxing, so you guys can check that out on my channel at Riley Reviews. On the road to 1K, we'll get there. We'll get there smooth and steady.
Subscribe to this guy's channel too. Come on.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. But again, amazing panel, amazing topics, and yeah, everyone have a great night. Thank you, chat. Awesome chat. Amazing topics.
Amazing. So, yeah, you see, it's kind of easier when you guys do my job so easy here because you guys are so good with these topics. You know, really good knowledge, and that helps because it's different perspectives. We're not right, we're not wrong. We just kind of share our thoughts. You know, if we make a mistake, we like to share so you guys can learn from it. So you know, make the same mistakes we did. That's the point of doing these conversations. Mr. Costa, thank you so much for stopping by. And I know you are preparing something special.
Yeah. At first, I want to say that I am always right. So
he's always right.
Okay. There you go.
No. Yeah. I guess I teased something and sent something to you. I'm refining it and making it extremely better. That was just like I just gave you a taste. I wanted to see what kind of reaction it would give me. So I'm working on this. I guess you would say it's a display case. I guess I'm turning into the display case person. So why not? I'm making more display cases. So sue me. I just put something out today where if you did follow any of my videos and made any of the display cases, please send me pictures. I want to do like you know, like I want to showcase everybody's displays because they're all different. They're all beautiful. They're all what people, you know, put themselves into it. So like my videos are just a template. You go roll with how you want to, you know, make your cases. Hopefully I'll have some other like toy related reviews and previews up this week while I'm like winding down with all this R&D stuff that I'm doing. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, I am only 150-ish or more away from 2,000. And
wow,
if you want to make any of these
Come
beautiful cases here,
you have to like, you
can make them for really cheap. So
subscribe. Come on.
Anyway,
that's really like amazing job. I mean, a lot of people got inspired. Even posted with Peter. Shout out to him because he put the first message on the chat. You know, he will rewatch this. If you're watching this in the replay, thank you, Peter, for stopping by.
Awesome, dude.
He did an amazing job as well. And this is the point, right? He does the template. You do you. You put your touch in it. So that's the point, and that's what we need. We need people who can guide us and help us to build stuff because, you know, not everyone has the skills. But if you pay attention, you do it, you can definitely do it. You know, I mean, I did a diorama myself years ago, and I suck at doing stuff, and it was actually came up pretty good. So I guess, you know, when you follow, you can do it for sure. And of course, my friend BIGBREDA Joao, I know he did a review from Bloodsport, Sosoto's Bloodsport, Bloodsport. Can't even talk. But the review is up. But what else should we expect on your channel, my friend?
I'm going to. Already finished recording and edit. I'm just need to finish some stuff for the Daft Toys Red from the Shawshank Redemption.
Mhm.
Yeah, that comes with it's comes with a bench. That they are in that when they sit in the prison. That bench comes with a chess set. You can sit Andy and Red together playing chess. Looks pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to try. I'm now gathering the materials. I'm going to try to do a display following the Costa tutorials. But I don't know, man, because some materials are difficult to find. So I will need to improve with not to improve to check which kind of materials I can use, because I cannot find everything the same as you guys have there. So I will need to check some replacements.
If you have any issues or anything, just send me a message. I love helping.
Okay.
That's another thing. I will help anybody who decides to make anything from my site. I will answer your questions. I over the weekend I offered to Zoom with somebody because he was having problems. So yeah, I want you guys to succeed.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to try to do a smaller one first to see how it goes. And you know, I went to your channel, and I was having fun seeing a other video you did about making a Muppet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was
I said,
fun.
"Whoa, he's
that's
also
still on there." That's
I watched that with my daughter. She said, "Let's watch this."
awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Now you
Thank
really
you.
have the skills for this stuff, because you really go and drawing and cut and everything. Because doing these displays is not only buying the materials. You need to have at least certain amount of skills. It's not only. I saw the posing with Pete. He did an amazing display following your videos, right?
Yeah,
It's not bad.
King Sucker in the house. What's up, my friend? Thank you for stopping by, man.
Zach, how are you?
Hey, what's up, dude? Long time.
Yeah, it's been a long, long time. Maria Hill is still the best Hot Toys for sure. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for stopping by. So what's going on my channel? So I have the unboxing and review of Cable. Check it out. That figure is totally underrated. That figure receives so much hate, but it's really not worth it. I mean, the figure is really good. I'm telling you, it's not a 10, but it's not a 5 at all. You know, it's literally like 8.5, 9.
As long as
it's a high one. It's really not that bad. I mean, you can pose this figure, good articulation. The high scope looks really good. A lot of feature, a bunch of accessories. It looks perfect with Deadpool. So if you haven't seen the review, I'm gonna put the link in the description or in the chat right now, so you guys can see it. And I'm gonna do the unboxing review of the Arena suit Boba Fett this weekend, so stay tuned for that. I don't have any more time left this week until Friday, which is going to be our other live stream, so stay tuned for that one as well. It's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're building together panel, so stay tuned. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Facebook group 6Kill Media, and TikTok as well as MAFIA Collectibles. And as always, be well, and see you around in the next video. Hello and bye.